Good Tuesday, everyone. Welcome to GardenStateWeather.com and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, providing superior forecasting for the northern mid-Atlantic region 24 hours a day. I'm forecaster Robert Smith, and we are gearing up for the Memorial Day kickoff to summer 2016. We've got your latest weather details right here on the daily video forecast discussion for this Tuesday, the 24th of May, 2016. And on this Tuesday morning, we have low pressure southeast of Long Island Sound and east off the Jersey coast this morning, and it is starting to fill and move towards the north and east. We have small craft advisories for hazardous seas well east of the New Jersey, New York City forecast area zones. This morning, we have lots of clouds at around 6,000 feet in the mid-levels and also the lower levels of the atmosphere, mostly the mid-levels. We have some light rain here, pinwheeling around this low-pressure area across southeastern Connecticut, including New York City, coastal and eastern New Jersey as well, with some light rain this morning. Temperatures are generally running in the 50s, the upper 50s across most of the forecast region to around 60, and temperatures are going to soar. And we have breaks of clearing across western zones here in northwestern New Jersey and also portions of southeastern Poconos region of the Pennsylvania and also portions of southeastern Pennsylvania this morning. And a lot of this cloud cover that you're seeing with the rain showers over the forecast zones early this morning and this afternoon will begin to erode a little bit, and breaks of sunshine will actually begin to appear across western zones. So it's not a complete washout during today, but there will be some scattered showers and a low top thunderstorm possible still in this region. We'll get into that in just a moment. This morning's visible satellite imagery shows clouds around the region, but there are breaks, as I mentioned, in southern and central New Jersey and out in eastern Pennsylvania. There's some cumulus clouds here, and there's breaks in this cloud cover, and some of this breaks in the cloud cover will be evident across the forecast region during the afternoon. So it's not a complete washout. Eastern regions are experiencing most of the lifting here across Rhode Island and Massachusetts, actually, and Connecticut, southeastern New York, with some of this precipitation that is still pinwheeling around the upper level low. And on Doppler this morning, we can still see that rainfall now coming in from, well, Massachusetts down through the Connecticut River Valley, southeastern New York, and central and northern New Jersey, including New York City and the coast. But this precipitation will continue to pinwheel and exit out of the region, but there'll still be spokes of energy wrapping around during the afternoon, but breaks of sunshine too in some of our areas that are not being forecasted right now this morning as being a partly sunny day. But we're going to see some of that, especially the further south and west you go during the day. Latest 500 millibar analysis in water vapor this morning shows our low right off of southeastern Long Island here. Spokes of vorticity spinning westward now around this through Massachusetts and into southeastern New York. These spokes of vorticity maximums will continue to pinwheel around this low, but notice this ridge of high pressure beginning to build up through the Great Lakes and down through the Tennessee and Mississippi River Valley area. This will be moving away from the area. This will be coming into the area during later today, tonight, and tomorrow into the forecast region over the next several days. And as these heights begin to rise and move directly over the forecast region, the temperatures are going to soar. Surface analysis from WeatherONOke.com and Digital Atmosphere Software shows the low exiting and spinning up east of the forecast region. Just some spokes of light rain around the northern and eastern peripheries during today, especially into the city and out on Long Island by later afternoon, where clouds and rain showers will continue, but western sections will begin to actually clear. There's a little bit of fog around the region this morning, and that will also burn off with the heating of the sunrise this morning. High pressure building in across the Great Lakes all the way down through the eastern slopes of the Carolinas. This is going to be some hot, nice weather coming in for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, but we've got the details in the perturbations or disturbances moving through the region over the next couple of days as well. Yesterday, showers and thunderstorms that raced from northeast to southwest around the low produced some hail in Bucks County and Montgomery County, Caroline County, in Maryland as well. We had some hail reports in this region of southeastern Pennsylvania and also portions of Maryland yesterday. Over the last 24 hours through 6:30 this morning, we had some light rain, generally less than 0.20 of an inch, and any shower and thunderstorm that occurred yesterday, we had about 1/2 of an inch in regions that experienced some of the heavier rainfall totals here, including southeastern Pennsylvania, where nearly 3/4 of an inch fell, and in portions of Maryland and Delaware here, especially Maryland, we had over an inch in some of the heavier convection last night. Allergy sufferers, especially in areas where it's raining or cloudier today, we're experiencing low to medium pollination broadcasting with oak, mulberry, and grasses, but we go back to the high side during tomorrow. And from tomorrow on through the rest of the week, we're generally dealing with high concentrations of broadcasting of pollen from said trees and grasses over the forecast region. Once again, now through the rest of the summer season, we're going to be doing the New Jersey and New York surf zone forecast. The New York surf zone forecast haven't begun yet. They'll probably do that starting this weekend. But for the New Jersey surf zone forecast for Tuesday, May 24th, that's today, cloudy skies, likely isolated thunderstorms across our coastal regions. High temperatures around 70, northwest winds at around 5, surf around 3 feet, southeast swell at 3 feet. Surf temperature still chilly, 55 degrees. UVI index with the clouds and rain showers moderate at 5. There's a low risk of rip currents today. And there is a moderate threat of lightning, which implies that thunderstorms are still possible. The high tide cycles will be at between 9:30 and 10 something this morning, or a little bit after 10 this morning, and the low tide cycles beginning at around 3 o'clock or 3:30 and to the 4 o'clock hour during this afternoon. On the aviational weather deck this morning, we have a little bit of MVFR across the interior and also out on central and eastern Long Island, the north shore and south shore of Long Island Sound, particularly focused around where the light rain is occurring right now across portions of Connecticut, and we'll continue with this through the morning hours. The weak disturbance offshore early today will continue to weaken and pull away from the region. Occasional showers, VFR cloudiness will continue through the morning in most areas before some improvement from south and west to north and east through the day. The forecast at the terminal sites will basically be VFR today and tonight, with only the exceptions, some MVFR fog around this morning. Winds will be light and variable during today and become westerly and northwesterly at about 5 to 10 knots late morning into the afternoon. VFR expected tonight, mostly clear skies. We may put some patchy fog back in at a few of the terminal sites with the guidance coming in this morning. The outlook for Wednesday, VFR west to southwest winds at 10 knots. We're really going to heat it up tomorrow. Thursday through Saturday, VFR overall. However, brief times of MVFR and IFR conditions are possible each afternoon and evening due to a few showers and thunderstorms, which will be diurnally driven with the sunlight. Right now outside of Newark, it's 60, dew point 57, humidity 90%. The wind is about west at 3, visibility is 9. A few light rain showers around the region, overcast at 7,500. And there'll be some showers in the vicinity during today and over the forecast region during this afternoon before breaks of sunshine and then clearing skies later this afternoon and this evening. Philadelphia, you're looking better, 59, dew point 55, humidity 88%, overcast with broken ceilings 15,000 and 20,000, broken also at 25,000. So there are some specks of sunshine coming through this morning. And we've got scattered broken clouds around the region during today. Very little chance of any shower or thunderstorm activity in your forecast zones, and a few clouds around the region late tonight and early tomorrow morning too, with a heating of the day, VFR conditions in place. Let's take a look at the MOS temperatures for today. Upper 60s to lower 70s along the coast, mid 70s inland, a little cooler again where there's rain showers and clouds around the region. Across Connecticut and the New York City metropolitan area, but everybody interior should get into the 70s today. We heat up nicely tomorrow. Westerly to southwesterly flow, temperatures with that rebounding well into the 80s across the interior, even upper 70s to around 80 in the coast. Central and eastern Long Island also getting into the 80s. And this forecast looks to repeat on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Temperatures again in the mid to the upper 80s across interior areas, the upper 70s to lower 80s right along the coast. And of course, that will be cooler along the south shore and east ends of Long Island. And if there's any specific southerly flow that branches out stronger along the coastal regions of New Jersey, that will cool the temperatures because the water temperatures are in the 50s versus the interior land temperatures in the 70s and 80s. And Saturday looks warm too. Temperatures again in the mid to upper 80s over land masses, upper 70s right along the coastlines, lower 70s. Around 70 or upper 60s to around 70 south shore, north shore of Long Island, which is anticipated with that southerly flow. Sunday temperatures again in the 80s over interior. Temperatures in the upper 60s to around 70 on the south shore and east ends of Long Island, also north shore of Long Island, and the upper 60s to around 70 or in the mid 70s around the coastal regions too, depending on how far inland you are and where, if there's going to be a sea breeze effect or not. And temperatures on Memorial Day itself right now look to be a little chillier over the interior depending on if a backdoor cold front comes through and how far that sags south. But interior locations are looking at temperatures well into the 70s, and the further south and west you go, still the low to the mid 80s. Start this out with the HRR this morning. Showers around the region, few low-top thunderstorms, but notice the branches of the clearing here to the north and west and south and west the further you go during the afternoon hours. The only rain that's left over here is across southeastern New York, western Connecticut, New York City, and Long Island. Some of these rain showers will be exiting the region and dissipating as we head into the overnight hours. Everything begins to just fall apart with the rain showers, and the clearing, which would be evident on satellite review, shows up for the western sections for this afternoon. We extrapolate this out by tomorrow, late tonight, early tomorrow morning. The only things that are left are dissipating over Long Island, Sound, and everybody else is height rises with clearing skies and warm temperatures. There's absolutely no convection in the region, maybe an isolated shower or a thunderstorm, and this would occur as this next area of low pressure approaches the Great Lakes and produces a widely scattered shower or thunderstorm around the region on Thursday afternoon. We extrapolate that out. We can see that moving into the forecast zones. Some areas will receive it, other areas won't, mostly the north, and then it's out of here. And then we get really good, pleasant weather coming up for the holiday weekend. As we head into Friday, there will be this cold front that moves through Thursday night and Friday. Could be some isolated to scattered showers around, but notice the ridge that builds over the forecast region on Saturday. Heights rise, and then the temperatures just soar over interior sections. We still have the model guidance continuing to show an area of low pressure approaching the Carolina coast as we head into Saturday night and Sunday. It's a squeeze play between the high off the coast and this disturbance, and then a trough axis developing across the polar stream here across the Great Lakes into the Tennessee and Mississippi and Ohio River Valley area. Looks like most of the region is going to stay high and dry on Monday, Memorial Day itself, and then a backdoor cold front comes through later during Monday night and Tuesday, and that means more showers to our south and west. We can already see the influence of these temperature gradients is showing up on the GFS for Sunday afternoon, where temperatures over the interior of Connecticut, southeastern New York are in the upper 60s and lower 70s, even in northwestern New Jersey, but temperatures away from that getting into the upper 70s and 80s. By the time we head into Monday afternoon, we find that backdoor cold front slicing through the region, temperatures in the 60s across interior Connecticut, around 70 or so, and the lower Hudson Valley, maybe some mid and upper 60s here. This depends on how far south and west that frontal boundary makes through the region, whether this forecast or the Moss guidance forecast for Monday holds true. We'll be taking a look at the Moss guidance forecast and extensibility during the next 24 to 36 hours and featuring and finding out where that cold frontal boundary will be on Monday, determining whether your temperatures are going to be in the 80s still across many interior areas or whether they'll be in the 70s and even upper 60s the further north and west you go. We'll be monitoring everything, as we always do, live on GardenStateWeather.com, GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, Twitter, Facebook, and Google+. I'm forecaster Robert Smith. You have a great Tuesday. We'll see you bright and early with better weather details for your honed-in holiday Memorial Day weekend forecast coming up tomorrow.